Today we're at Victoria's Citizens Jury on Obesity. It's the first time Vic Health has pulled together 100 everyday citizens to try and help us understand how we can eat better. We're building a social movement around healthy eating and physical activity and obesity.
Experts can help you on lots of these things, but you bring the sense of what would work in your own lives, right? You can tell governments and other commercial players that is a game changer, I think we'll find.
We've gone with Health Stars.
This is our first day. We've come together, we've talked amongst ourselves about the different opinions and different suggestions that we have about what's more viable, what's not. And then listening to more speakers, gathering as much information as we can and putting that into a report to present to the stakeholders who will hopefully begin to take some action.
It's really hard, I think, for most people to imagine that this many people are going to write a report together. If this is table 15, they are going to get to write section 15 of the report.
So an ask is really this group's perspective on what they think needs to be done after they've looked through evidence that covers a whole range of perspectives associated with this question of how we can eat better.
I'd like an ask about changing the Australian dietary guidelines.
Imposing a separate tax on beverages, potentially regulating beverage sizes.
This, as it stands, would not add anything.
We should want to limit marketing of unhealthy foods altogether. It shouldn't just be limiting this one particular strategy.
Let's test it. Drum roll, please. Can you live with this being in your final report? Can you live with this being in your final report?
1, 2.
It's in.
You have just worked your hearts out. Would you formally hand your report over?
As a steering committee, the most important thing I think that we can tell you is that we have been in awe, I guess, over the last 2 days of the incredible commitment that you have shown to this process. You considered questions of us and also of each other, and for that reason of the commitment that you've shown is going to help us as a steering committee really take this report and be able to discuss it in a couple of weeks in a really meaningful way. We will be coming back to you after that meeting with our response to those asks.
We've finished. We have finished we've written a report. As a jury, it's quite amazing to think that we've actually got to this point after all this work. But yeah, it's done. And I think we're all a bit exhausted, but it's like, yeah, we're all really happy as well.
Authorised by Vic Health, 15 to 31 Pelham Street, Carlton, Victoria.